Good afternoon, all. Am I audible to you? Okay, thank you. So, in last lecture, sorry, in last lab, we have completed the installation of the Kali Linux, right? So, how many of you have Kali Linux? Hello. How many of you have Kali Linux? Okay, Vipul. Anyone else? Okay, Riya, Suchi. Good. So, our first practical was installation of the Kali Linux. Right? After that, we have to check some of the tools from the Kali Linux. Right? This one is your definition. Install Kali Linux. Examine the utilities and tools available in the Kali Linux, and find out which tool is the best for finding cyber attacks and vulnerability. Right? So the fine you have to answer this question. Right? I will not give you the answer for this question. You have to give the answer of this question after using the Kali Linux for some time. Right? You can easily give the answer, but today you are not able to give the right answer because you just installed the Kali Linux and you don't have that much of knowledge regarding the all the tools, right? So we have completed the first part, install the Kali Linux, and the third part of the definition is on you, right? So the second part, examine the utilities and tools available in the Kali Linux, right? So let's we talk about the different tools of the Kali Linux and which type of tools we can use for different purposes, right? So anyone have any doubts in the installation of Kali Linux? Okay, so let's go with the Kali Linux. Uh, Now, is it visible to you, the desktop of the Kali Linux? Okay, okay. So let's get familiar with the Kali Linux. Okay, those who are working in the Kali Linux from some time knows about it, right? So here we have the list of the all the applications, right? So this one is the terminal. You can access from here as well as you can access it from here, right? This one is the our terminal. Current my user is the VK and the my system name is the Kali, right? If I want to go with the root user, then I have to write down sudo su and the password, right? So now I am the root user, right? So this one is the Kali Linux terminal, and almost same as the Ubuntu's terminal, right? And you know about the Ubuntu. So now here 01 information gathering, right? If I want to attack someone, right, then I must have the information of the victim. If I want to pen testing someone, then I must have the knowledge of the person, system, or the server and network, right? So this type of information we can easily gathering from the different tools. This one are the different information gathering tools are here, and I think someone has question. Oh, okay, Gaurav. So please let me know what is your issue in installation.
Sir, I had installed both of that app and I want to know that what to do next.
Just first let the finish my content, right? After that, I will tell you what you have to do.
Okay, sir, sure. Thank you.
So these are the tools, right, which are useful in the information gathering. If I am working on the DNS attack, if I want to target some of the websites URL or the servers, then first of all I have to find out the information related to DNS, right? So these tools are useful in the DNS analysis. Second one is the intrusion detection and intrusion prevention identification. If I want to target any network, then before the targeting the network, I must have to find out the security tools installed inside the networks and network peripherals, right? So inside the network, there are two types of tools. First one is the intrusion detection, and second one is the intrusion prevention. These both tools are helpful to identify the hackers or intruders from the network. So if I want to find out the details related to IDS IPS, then I have to use this both the tools. Next one is the live host identification, right? If I am trying to connect some of the servers, trying to connect some of the websites, or trying to connect some of the systems inside our network, right? At that time, first of all, I have to find out that that particular system is live, or we can say powered on, right? After that we can perform any type of attacks on there. If we are planning for the server, then server is available almost 24 into 7, so no need of live host identification on server. But if I am trying, or if I am planning to uh, pen test any of the system in my network, then I have to find out first that the system is live, right? So these are the tools we can use for the live host identification. After that, yes, let me give you an example. Using the CMD, you can also easily check this thing live host identification. Just you have to write down ping website name, right, and enter. If you are receiving reply from the server, then the system or the server is live, right? Look at this. This is the pinging to google.com. If you uh, if you are trying to access the internet and you have any of the errors, then you can first try this thing, right? First ping the google. If you are unable to ping google, then what you have to do, you have to ping your default router or default gateway, right? Here in our case, my default gateway is 192.168.15.91, right? This one is the address. So here I am pinging that only, right? If I am not getting the reply from the default gateway, right? If I am not getting the reply from the default gateway, then there are some issues with my network cable or my wi-fi connection, right? So this is the way you can find out that a system server is live or not, right? Or you can also check that your system is connected to the proper gateway and connected to the proper internet, right? So sorry, yes, any have any doubts? Okay, Tito. Now here we are discussing about the information gathering, right? Inside the information gathering, live host identification. After that we have network and port scanner, right? We already discussed about it in our lecture session, right? So just and also we will perform some of the tasks on nmap today. Okay, so just skip it. Next is the OSINT. What is the full form of the OSINT? I think in last lecture we already discussed the full form of the OSINT. Yes, I want the answer from you. Yes, open source intelligence. Right? Okay, very good. So these tools are used in collecting, analyzing, and making decisions about the data. Right. So right now these are the not useful to us, as we will learn about the other tools and techniques. At that time we will learn about OSINT, right? Next one is the root analysis. As the name says, right, it gives us the particular route to some of the system. If I want to access your system, right, if I want to connect to your system, then this route analysis gives me the total detail about the network. Inside the network, which type of the routers, how many routers and how many other devices are between me and you, is identified by this type of the tools, right? Next one is the SMB analysis. It is related to the database functionalities. Right, right now we don't go for it. Right. After that, we have SMTP, Simple Mail Transmission Protocol. right? You can easily identify the mailing servers and the details related to the mail servers using this tool. After that, we have simple network management protocol as an MP. The same thing, you can identify the details related to the networks. After that, we have SSL, secure cell, right? If I am accessing any website and the starting of the website is HTTPS, then the website has the secure cell certificate. And if we want some of the details from the website, then we have to use this type of the tools, right? So this is all about the information gathering. After that, vulnerability analysis, right? These tools are used to find out the vulnerabilities from the gathered information. After that, third one, web application analysis. In web application analysis, we can easily find out the details from the websites, web applications, right? And here we have the tools for content management systems and framework identification. We have WP scan for web application proxies. If I am using some of the proxies, some of the VPNs, then I have to use the suite here, right? Web crawlers and directory brute force. So the web crawlers means if you want to uh, crawl some of the data from the website, if you want to copy some of the data from the website, then you have to use this of the tools. And next one is the web vulnerability scanners. So here so many vulnerabilities have websites, and the for different types of vulnerabilities you have to use different types of the tools. Look at this right here, the symbol of the injection, right? So it is useful for the injection related attacks. After that, we have a SQL map. It is helpful in the database and SQL related queries, right? So these are the web application analysis tool. After that, next one is the database assessment, right? Already the name suggests itself that all the tools are related to database queries. After that, we have a password attack, right? Inside the password, two types of tools here: offline tools, and next one is the online tools. Right? We will learn about these tools in our practical. We have a practical on the password related tools. Here, the most used tools are the Hydra. Maybe some of you know about it, right? And second one is the Zone, right? So we will learn about it. After that, we have a world list here. This world list is useful in the brute force attacks, right? So at the time of the learning brute force attack, I will discuss about the world list. After that, we have a wireless attack. If I want to find out the vulnerabilities from my hotspot, from my router, and if I want to check that someone is able to hack my Wi-Fi router or not, at that time I have to use this type of the tool, under which we have separate tools for the Bluetooth as well, right? Here are the Bluetooth tools, and the widely used tools are the Airmon, sorry, Aircrack, Ismet, and the Firm Wi-Fi Cracker. And these tools are used in the pen testing of the Wi-Fi routers. After that, the reverse engineering, right? I think already you know about the reverse engineering in your subject design engineering in fourth semester, right? In fourth semester, your subject design engineering is based on the reverse engineering, right? So what is the reverse engineering according to you? Please answer my question. What is reverse engineering? Yes, Vipul. Good. Examines an existing product. Any other answers? Okay, very good, Gaurav. To identify and modify the phones and things which can be more updated and then work on it. Okay, very good. So already all of you knows about it, right? What is the reverse engineering? It means we have to examine the product, the program, or any of the software, and we have to identify some things or some of the modules from the product, those which can be modifiable, and after the modification it will give us more useful utilities, right? So this one is the reverse engineering, and reverse engineering tools will help us in these all activities. After that, exploitation tools, right? We have now here. These tools are the really dangerous one tools, and using these tools you can easily exploit any of the vulnerability, right? I think already we have discussed metasploit in our lecture, right? So just sorry, right? This one is the Metasploit, and one of the most powerful framework in the pen testing as well as in the hacking. Right? Just let it open. Till that we will do something else. Sniffer and spoofing. Right? We've already discussed about the sniffer in our lecture. Right? Now, what is the spoofing? Spoofing means to theft someone's identity and use that identity for your own purpose. If you know my IP address and MAC address, and if you will use that particular addresses and pretended as the Vivek, then it is the spoofing of my mail and sorry, my IP and the MAC address, right? So look at this. This one is the Metasploit framework. Uh, this one is the command for Metasploit startup, right? Each and every time you will get a new image or new pattern here, right? So don't worry about it. You will get the different pattern each and every time, right? Just let's recheck it one more time, right? Look at this. You will get each and every time a new pattern here, right? So back to the work. After that, we have post exploitation. If I am a hacker, if I have the access to your server and your system, then your system and server will maintain a log file. Inside the log file, all the details of the users are there stored, right? If I am accessing your system, then my details are also there, and at the time of completion of attack, I have to find out the logs and I have to remove these logs if I want myself secure, right? This one is known as the footprinting and removal of the footprinting, right? If I am inside your system, then my footprints are there. So if I want To be secure from the IT laws and from the police, then I have to remove my footprint. Okay? It is the typical situation which are we see in the movies and the series, right? If a criminal is there inside the home and the footprints and the fingerprints are there all over the room and the things on the room, then he or she must have to vanish all these things, right? So for that purpose, we have here some of the tools. After that, we have forensic tools. If I am a victim, if someone hacked my system, then these are the tools which will help me in the my all the forensics related stuff, right? Look at this. So, in short, sorry, the last one is the reporting tools. You can easily create report. You can easily attack report as the output of all these applications, right? And next thing, if you want to record your display, then you have a default here recorder also, right? After that, we have a social engineering tool. So it is one type of the attack, social engineering, and we will learn about it also. So this is the all about the Kali Linux and tools inside the Kali Linux. In short, Kali Linux is a collection of different tools which are useful in the pen testing and in the ethical hacking. Right? So now, if you have any doubts, if you have any queries related to this, let me know. Okay, I am waiting for your questions, your doubts related to tools in Kali Linux. Yes, Gaurav, please. First, let me stop my presentation. Okay, now, please, now you can present.
Sir, just a minute.
It's okay.
Sir, it's visible.
Hmm, just 1 minute. No, it is not visible to me. Yes, okay, okay. Now it is visible. Yes. Okay. What is your question now?
Sir, now what to do is I said you that please upload that last lab video, but it I am not finding that, so I am not doing anything.
Okay, I didn't uploaded the video in YouTube and as well as in your portal or applications. Today I will do it. I will upload the installation of the Kali Linux video today. Okay, so if the installation is pending in your system, then just follow that video, because if I will do the installation right now in your system, then it will take time.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I already uploaded the video, but I didn't send the link to you, right? Let me Okay, just give me 1 minute. I am giving the link. Okay, just 1 minute. I will give you the link here only, right? In chat box I will give you the link. Just 1 minute.
Sir, so can I now stop presenting?
Yes, just one. Here is the link.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, can I now?
So please stop your presentation, right? And let me present my screen. Okay, thank you. So others also please follow this link, right? And look at this, use this video, right, for the installation. Okay, so now here, uh, okay, anyone have any questions now regarding the tools inside the Kali Linux? Vipul? Any questions, Vipul?
Yes, sir. IDS and IPS tools about, sir.
Oh, so uh, let's now go with the network mappers and map, right? This one is the third practical here. Explore the Nmap tool and list how it can be used for network defense, right? I will give you this thing only. Explore the Nmap tool. The rest of the part you have to find out yourself, and list how it can be used for network defense. I will teach you the tool. I will give all the details of the tool, right? So I will help you in the exploring of the Nmap tool. But the remaining part, list out how it can be used for network defense, must be completed by you. Right? So, first of all, what is Nmap? Here is the Nmap here, nmap.org. It is the official website of the Nmap. The full form of the Nmap is Network Mapper, right? Uh, if you are working in the Windows, then you have to download the Nmap from here. If you are in the Kali Linux, then Nmap is pre-installed there inside the Kali Linux. Right? Nmap have two versions. First one is the totally terminal based or command line version, and second one is the GUI based, and it is known as the Zenmap. ZENMAP, right? So, what is the Nmap? First of all, Nmap is a free and open source tool, and it will use us in the network discovery as well as the security auditing. Right? This is the just the definition of the Nmap and the use of the Nmap. The real use we will learn about the use. Now, those who are working on the Windows, you have to download from here. Here in the download section, we have latest table release self-installer nmap 7.91 setup.exe. You have to install this tool, right? I have pre-installed tool in my computer. So first, I will show you in the Windows, right? After that, we will learn it in the Kali Linux. Here, I have Nmap. If you don't have the icon on your desktop after the installation, what you have to do? You have to just go to C drive, program files, and inside the program files here Nmap. Inside the Nmap, go to the bottom part N. This one is the Zenmap, and it is the GUI based version, right? Here is the Nmap, and it is the terminal based version, right? If you go for the Nmap or terminal version, then you must have the knowledge of the all the commands, right? But if we have a GUI based version, then why we will go for the command line, right? A GUI based version easily gives us all the information. So now here, let me start this one. This one is the Zenmap. Now here, look at the first field. Here we have to give a target, right? What is our target? If I want to find out related to Google, then I have to write down here www.google.com, right? If I want to find out about the GTU, then I have to write down here gtu.ac.in. If I want to find out about any PC in my network, then I have to write down the IP address of that particular PC, like this here, right? So let's go with the gtu.ac.in. Next, which profile you want to select, right? We have so many options here, but we have to learn about the TCP and UDP only. Right? You can try all of these options your own, but we have to first learn about the TCP and UDP. Right? This one is the for all TCP ports, and this one is for the UDP ports. Already we have discussed about the TCP and UDP in our today's lecture, right? So first, let's start with the intense scan, means the normal scanning process. Now, here is the command, right? If I am working in the terminal, then I have to write down this command, right? So let's copy it. It may be useful to us here in this nmap. Okay. Just let it open. Now what I have to do, when I click on this scan, right, here is the loader. Here is the loader. It will give us the information that the scanning is still in the process, right? So we will go through these all details after the completion of scanning. Still that, if anyone have any doubts. You have to wait here for some time, means max to max 4 or 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes, right? Within the 5 minutes it will complete the scanning process. Now look at this. If here what I gave, just look at this. What I just gave, I just gave the gtu.ac.in. Here it gives me the IP address of the GTU server, right? 15.207.32.212. It is the IP address of the gtu.ac.in. But I have some doubts, so let's we check it using the command line, right? For that purpose we have to use the same command, ping www.gtu.ac.in, right? And now check the IP address, right? So the both the addresses are same. Yes, Ravi and Vipu, for which question you are answering no? Okay, okay, okay. Yes, Ravi. We are using the GUI because this is the easiest scan. That's why we have uh, here this command, right? This is the easiest scan. That's why we have this this much of only command. If I am here trying any other version, then look at this. The size of the command and the things inside the command are very different, and it is not easy to remember all these things for particular single tool, right? That's why if we have a GUI based version, then please go for the GUI only, because if I am using the GUI, then the possibilities of error, possibilities of mistakes is very less in compared to the terminals, right? That's why I am using the GUI and I am teaching the GUI version. Am I clear, Ravi? Okay. If you want to go with the terminal, then it's fine, right? It is not a big deal. But it's my personal suggestion that we have a GUI, then go for the GUI, right? So this one is the IP address we received from the Nmap, and as we tested, it is the right answer, right? So other things, what types of information we get using these details, right? So here one more thing we received, look at this. They are on the Amazon's cloud, right? Here is the Amazon AWS. So we have two information up to this. First one is that the IP address of the GTU server. Second thing is GTU is working on the Amazon AWS, and this one is the record DNS record of the Amazon's AWS. Now let's recheck what is this. Just go to the web browser and right, if something is there, then we will get. Look at this. Just we have received the hello, right? The same thing we will receive if I will use this IP address 15.207.32.212, right? Look at this. We are accessing the same thing. It means this is the this is the address of the server, right? So three things up to this we have learned. First one is the IP. Second thing is they are working on the Amazon, and this address is also the address of this server, right? After that, total here 998 ports are closed ports, and these are the open ports here. So look at this. These are the HTTP and the bed request 400. We will get more information on these particular things, right? But look at this. We have so many informations here. You can easily get through this information if you have the expertise in the HTML and HTTP, right? Now, here, second tab gives us the details of the ports, right? Only two ports are there. First one is the 8080 and second one is the 443. These both the ports are for the HTTP, or we can say this one is for the HTTPS, for the secure connection. And so two open ports are there in the GTU's server. If anyone wants to go inside the GTU server, then they have to use these two ports only, because uh, if you want to go inside any building, right, then you have to follow the gate, right? So here is the gate to our system is both of these. Yes, host, right? Here we have one question from Ravi, that what is host, right? Host means nothing but the total system which is on the server, right? Here on the AWS we have the GPU's total system there, and the AWS is giving one node, one operating system totally for maintaining the uh, content of the website. So this one is known as the host, right? Host or port, both are the same here in our case. So just go to the third option. This one is the topology. Let me zoom it, right? Now look at the topology. Here we have different symbols, different lining, right? What we have to do, just here click on the lesson, and all the details related to particular symbol, it is here, right? So the local host, this one is the my system from where I tried to map the GPU, right? This line shows me that first I have to go through the 10.80.0.1. It is the our institute's point from where we are accessing the internet, right? So this one is the point from where I am accessing the internet, or this one is the my default gateway. Using this gateway I am accessing my internet. So this one is the second device for me, and here is the GPU, and this one is the GPU's IP address. If you have here some of the symbols, right? If I will try to access, or if I will try to map this particular IP address, then what I have one firewall. This symbol is there, and the second one, this type of symbol must be there. It will give me information that the system has the enabled firewall and the system has the password, right? So these are the basic diagram using which you can understand how many devices you have to pass, and how many nodes are between you and the victim, right? If I want to try to target the GTU, then what I have to do? I have to first go through this point, and after that I can access the GTU's website, right? So this one is the just graphical representation between the me and the GTU, right? If you will try something, some other IP address or some other websites, then you may get some other uh, icons here also, right? Next, the host detail, the server's detail, right? So what is the status of the host? It is up, right? It is giving us answer. It means it is up. How many total ports are there? Two ports are open there. Total 998 ports are closed, and we have scanned for 1000 ports here, right? After that, the up time and the last boot time is also here. It is last rebooted on the June 17, 2021, and the time was 4:35, right, afternoon. Next, what we received, IPv4 already we have. After that, we have a host name. Host is the gtu.ac.in, and the which type of the host is? It is a cloud-based host, right? And it also gives us some of the details related to the operating system, right? They are working on the Crestron external control system. If some of the servers and some of the system is on the Ubuntu or on the Linux, then you will get here a symbol of the Ubuntu, or you will get here a symbol of the Windows it also. Okay, so this one is the class of the OS. Here is the total details of the ports, right? TCP sequence. Here it gives us, it is the difficult to hack, right? Because the TCP sequence is very well there defined, and the TCP sequence means the sequence of the packets in which the packets sent and received there. If I am a attacker and I want to perform man in the middle attack, then it is a difficult task for me to hack the communication of the GPU and the user. Right. Next one is the sequence of the IP TCP sequence. We don't have any data here because we just go for the intense scan, right? So if I will change the type of scan, then I will get the other details also, right? Next one is the scan. Here is the just history of our scanning, nothing else, right? So if now how much details we get from this simple scan, right? We just perform this one, intense scan, first one. So using the simplest scan, we can get the details of IP address, the host, the port numbers, the services working on the port. These are the services on that particular port, right? HTTP and HTTPS are there on this both the ports. The topology, how many devices are there between me and the victim, what type of securities are there, right? These are the details. These are the other details we can get from the simplest scan. So this tool is useful to sniff the details sniffing related all the tasks, right? So if you have any questions from your side, first ask it. After that, we will go for the terminal. Yes, Gaurav, any questions? Uh, yes, Ria. I
Sir, I
know
am
it.
not getting your voice.
Okay, okay. Uh, just I am asking to you that you have any questions or any doubts.
Sir, can you please write in the chat window as I am not getting your voice perfectly?
Okay, okay. So, others, are you getting my voice? Okay, okay. So, yes, to the Ria Poppet's query. Yes, Ria, don't worry about it. I will give you the time. Uh, please install the Kali Linux. If you have any queries during the installation, please contact me. And if possible, please start your installation after the 3. Right? So I don't have any lectures and lab after the 3, so I can help you in your installation, and I can also take the remote connection of your system, and I can easily show you how to install the Kali Linux, right? So I will give you the time after the installation of the Kali Linux and all the tools. Again, one more time, I will teach you all these things if it is necessary, right? So don't worry about it, any of you, right? Just install the things and just enjoy the cyber security. Am I clear here? Ria and Hemali. Okay, okay, don't worry about it. So now let's go to the Kali, right? Here we have to find out the net Nmap. So here is the Nmap, and this is the all the details given by the Nmap, right? Which type of commands are there inside the Nmap? What are the targets specification, right? How we can discover a host. These are the scanning techniques, how many techniques we have, right? Here look at this, we have many techniques here, right? All these techniques are here in the Kali Linux also, right? Next one is the port specification and scan order, service and version detection, right? So many type of the filters are here in the Nmap. And if you want to use, look at this, we have some of the examples here also, right? So let's just go with this first one. It will give us the version. Just copy and paste, right? So I started with one simple command, and it is giving me so much details. We are familiar with the GUIs, right? Because we are daily using the Windows operating system. That's why I told you to prefer first the GUI based tool, right? Here we have the same answer for both the processes, right? Look at this. It is also giving us the same details we have here in our output, right? Look at this. These type of details are there inside the commands also, right? But we have to remember, right? We have to remember all these type of commands if I am going with the terminal. So it is not the easy task to remember all these type of commands, right? So that's why I am telling you, let's go with this version instead of the terminal. Again, any queries from your side? Okay, so no questions. Then now this one is done. Explore the Nmap tool, right? Now you have to give the answer, list out how it can be used for network defense. Okay, just first of all install the tool, use the tool for at least some 2 or 3 websites, and after that just give the answer, right? We will discuss about the answer in our next lab session, right? So you have the 1 week for the installation of Nmap and the scanning for 2 or 3 websites. I don't think it is a very tough or difficult task for you now, right? So any questions from your side?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. So let's take the attendance. Okay, in 19 series, 05,
Yes, sir.
09,
Present, sir.
35,
Present.
47, 47, Okay. 53,
Yes, sir.
54,
Yes, sir.
56,
Yes, sir.
72,
Present, sir.
85, 85. I think Riya Bhogat is 85. Okay. 91, 91, Sanjay, 100,
Present, sir.
okay, 101,
Yes, sir.
102,
Yes, sir.
108,
Yes, sir.
141, Rishabh Raj, 141, 142,
Yes, sir.
147,
Yes, sir.
149, 149, Sonakshi Raj, okay, 153,
Yes, sir.
okay. In 20 series, 507,
Yes, sir.
Sir, 91 present.
yeah, Sanjay, 1 minute. In 20 series, 510, in 20 series, 510, in 20 series, 520. Yes, Sanjay. 91 is present. Okay, okay. Marked it. So, anyone have any questions? If you don't have any questions, then you can left the meet. Okay, and please perform these practicals on your system also.